Hello there guys and welcome to another Age of Empires 2 matchup. Today we are here on Arabia with TheViper and Liereyy. And we're going to talk about a couple of things before this game gets underway. But first of all, let me introduce the players. Playing in the red, we have TheViper, and he's picked the Mayans, or he's been randomly chosen to play as the Mayans. I don't know which. And I know that Mayans is one of his preferred civilizations from the Conquerors. His opponent over to the east of the map in the green is Liereyy. I'm going to go with Liereyy, stick with that and run with it. He's playing as the Saracens, and I love this kind of matchup because it's non-mirror civs. For me, it always makes it so much more interesting because the players are not merely mirroring or following the metagame so closely, but they have to actually think and counter each other. We see a bit more variety, and all in all, I hope it will make for a great game. Of course, the map is Arabia, and we're going to take a look at the map in a little more detail and follow this game in a little more detail shortly. But first, we will use the game as a backdrop for some awesome stuff that I have to share with you guys. The first awesome thing is happening this weekend. Now, you may have seen the announcement promotional video already, but the Escape Gaming Masters is an Age of Empires 2 HD tournament, and it's going to be played on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of January. It's going to feature Age of Empires 2 HD civilizations from the Rise of the Rajas, African Kingdoms, the Forgotten Empires, and we're going to see 12 of the world's top Age of Empires players playing in this event. That includes TheViper and Dowd and Dagao and Nikov in the main stage. And we're also going to see 8 players qualifying on Friday to try and face up against these 4 in the main stage of the tournament. I've linked the promotional video below this video, but I noticed it didn't have many views, so I want to bring it up once again because this tournament is going to be amazing. They're playing for $3,000, and I'm going to be co-casting with Memp, T90, Resonance 22, and even another co-caster who is not confirmed yet, but man, I am so excited, and you should be too, because it's going to be one hell of an event, and it's happening this weekend from 15 GMT onwards on our twitch.tv/escapeaoe Twitch channel, and that is going to be linked under the stream. Make sure you check it out, because it's going to be great. That's exciting piece of news number 1. Exciting piece of news number 2. Are you ready? We have teamed up with Microsoft, we have teamed up with Nvidia, and we have teamed up with Game Legends to give you guys a fantastic giveaway as well. This is in conjunction with the Escape Gaming Masters, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. I can't believe I'm even saying this because it's amazing, of a Nvidia GTX 1080 graphics card for first place, along with a €60 Game Legends voucher. Game Legends do tons of official game merchandise. You can check them out as well. And an Age of Empires 2 HD bundle. That's prize number 1. But wait, there's more. Prize number 2, a GTX 1070 with a €20 Game Legends gift card and an Age of Empires 2 HD bundle. Oh, and there's more. Prize number 3, a GTX 1060 with a €20 Game Legends voucher and HD bundle. And then we have 4 runners-up prizes as well, which is €20 Game Legend voucher and Age of Empires 2 HD bundle. Yes, I cannot wait. Oh my god, I'm so excited, guys, seriously. Thanks so much to our partners for providing us with these prizes. It's fantastic. And the link to enter the giveaway is under the stream. Under the video even. And we're going to be doing the announcement of the winners on the stream this Sunday. So you've only got, like, what, 4.5 days to enter this? Make sure you enter it, guys. It's going to be awesome. My god. So many cool things happening right now. This is such a huge giveaway. And, yeah. I'm so happy that all this is happening, and it's awesome. So anyway, this game right here, we've not really missed a lot because, hey, it's the Dark Age, and we're 7 minutes in, I should say, as I put the timer up there on that top left section of the screen. Yeah, so far, not a whole lot going on. Both players have managed to take both boar. Viper hasn't stolen anything. And, you know, when you're playing as the Mayans or the Aztecs, you do get that Eagle Warrior, which is fantastic for stealing boar. a little bit easier to steal than with a scout cavalry. But no boar stealing coming in. Now, a quick look at the maps before anything or everything really gets underway. And one thing that I noticed is that the gold on this map is so central. Both players have really horrible main gold spots. Look at Viper's here. Not only is it on a hill way out in front of his base, but yeah, it's just ugly. Also there you see his stone and his second gold as well. So it's way out on front. Same can be said for Liereyy though. Look at that gold on the hill, against a tree line, way out in front of his base. The same for his stone and his second gold. And when I saw the mini-map, because, you know, when I choose which games to cast, I usually just have a quick browse on AOC Zone, and I will look at the mini-map. And if the minimap looks interesting, I'll give it a shot. If the civs look interesting, I'll give it a shot. And this kind of situation that we have here is a good basis for a good game. Viper here, leaving a couple of vills idle at his berries, I've noticed. Tusk. I expected better of you, Orion. But anyway, at the back, Viper has great wood. And this is something that's really nice for him. Not only does the wood sit very close to his town center and it's very easy to wall in, but it also provides a natural wall off at the back of his base, so he doesn't have to worry about any units from Liereyy potentially coming around the back. And this wood line's nice and thick as well, so any crossbows back here probably won't be able to hit those villagers for some time, and those villagers are still idle. How is it possible that Viper is leaving these guys idle for so long? I really wonder, and he's going to have realized when he sent them back to work just how long they've been idle for as well, because he force dropped the food so he could click up to the feudal age, and he tasked them back to the berries at about 70% of the way up, so not so good. I did notice as well, though, that he built a barracks, and it looks like he's going to go for that very popular these days, a very popular man-at-arms strat, where you build the 3 militia as you go up to feudal, and you send 2 vills out to gold, and then you upgrade to man-at-arms once you get up to the feudal age. Now, at the moment, Viper won't be able to afford the man-at-arms upgrade straight away. He might have to wait a few seconds. He might not get it at all. It all depends on whether or not he thinks it's worthwhile. But the reason I think he's gone for this strat is because the gold's out on front, and he wants to be a little aggressive here, if he can, anyway. Now, I like this from Liereyy. This is good. He's not built a single farm yet, and he's doing horse collar first. Horse collar, of course, giving him the additional food on the farms. A lot of people think that horse collar is actually a food economy bonus. It's not. It's a wood bonus, even though it increases your food on the farms. Think about it. It is a wood bonus, and that's really, really good to get that before you put a single farm down. It's going to give him a lot of additional wood as the game goes on, and that fits really nicely with his strategy because he's going straight into skirms, and, well, if he can secure the gold, he'll probably want to go into archers. So this is good, and Liereyy off to what I feel is a decent start. The only thing I would say is Woodline's not as nice as Viper's here. This one's decent because, you know, you can get back to the TC very easily. Problem maybe could come when archers start sitting on this hill, as these vills will be easily harassable from over there. But this wood at the back, yeah, not so nice. If some archers come along, these guys will be trapped behind these walls. Liereyy will have to delete the walls, maybe even the lumber camp, who knows, and run these guys back to the TC. And it's, yeah, a lot harder to defend this lumber camp because of its position and the fact there's no natural kind of walls around it. But in comes Viper, and he's done 3 men-at-arms and a spearman. Maybe he was anticipating some scouts from Liereyy, but he should have seen the archery ranges going up. So I don't think he... I think he built the spearman after, but maybe he built it first. I'm not sure. He should have realized, though, that it was archery ranges and scouts, although could be possible for the Saracens. Yeah, I feel like crossbows tend to be, more often than not, the route. But then again, Saracens can also do decent night rush. The problem is they just can't overcommit to the knights because they don't get cavalier. So Viper backing up to this hill. Of course, he's not taking much damage from these skirmishes at all. And even if Liereyy does the +1 attack upgrade, it's still not going to give him much on these men-at-arms. So Viper just backing up. He tried to get the scout, but that didn't work out, and as we saw earlier, Viper, I think, did lose his Eagle Warrior. And Viper himself now also adding in a couple of rangers, going into skirmishes himself, and in theory, he should win this battle here, as these men-at-arms can act as like mini feudal age rams, a strat that we see coming in the later stages of the game when rams come in. But that's only if they're in front of your army. And Viper, they're making a mistake, sending his army in, didn't patrol, they just kind of walked straight into Liereyy. And as you can see, he's clearly very outnumbered. And I'd put that down to the fact that Liereyy here didn't do man-at-arms and didn't invest into that. Viper's still taking gold though, so unless Liereyy starts taking gold soon, I take that back even, because he's doing fletching now, and that's a good point. Liereyy did not do any militia, so he had the gold to upgrade fletching, whereas Viper had to continue taking gold in order to afford fletching, though at the same time he still has a lot of gold in the bank right now, 168, more than enough for fletching by any means. So Viper cornered, that's not good, and he should know his map better than Liereyy does at this stage. He should not be getting himself cornered down here. What's going on? At this point, I'm really a little confused as Viper here just not having the game that he really should be having. The game that we would expect him to have, I guess. Liereyy with a bit of micro can get out here and do some good damage. He's going to try and avoid the man-at-arms and back up for now. He doesn't want to get outnumbered, and obviously Viper has the defender's advantage. So Liereyy just going to keep his army back and make sure he's engaging when he's got that numbers advantage, taking down those man-at-arms. And at this stage, yeah, Liereyy has got the fletching upgrade, padded archer armor coming in as well, and that's nice, though not too useful in a skirm war. I don't know. I think he'd probably just better wait on that. I mean, there's 100 food right there that you can save and wait for or use later on. Help you to get to the castle edge a bit faster. So Viper, third range, Liereyy just on the 2. So let's see how this goes. There's clearly Viper here feeling the pressure a little much, feeling like he's got to add a third range now, otherwise he's just going to continue to stay outnumbered. He has to catch up in military count somehow. Now, if he can get to the castle age, that's going to be great for him. He can add in a mangonel and take this army down very easily in theory. Obviously, he can't go knights, but he could consider adding a couple of eagles if this army of skirms continues to grow much larger, as not skirmishers, sorry, as crossbows would not be a good choice if this army of skirms is so large. Question is, who's going to hit castle first? And I think the answer to that's going to be Liereyy. Wheelbarrow on the way. He's got a lot of farms. They're saying that Viper has a lot of farms as well, but bear in mind the third range now coming up as well here. And Liereyy still only on the 2. So at the moment, Liereyy looking good, sending 4 villagers forward, in fact. And I'm wondering what he's going to do here. Are we going to see a tower coming down? Are we going to see him... yeah, it's a tower right between the gold and the stone, and this is something that Viper really doesn't want to have to deal with, because that's going to delay his gold and stone income even longer this game, and already it's a bad situation because he's already been forced away. But right now, +1 coming in for Viper as well, and he's trying to defend this as best he can, but I think that tower's going up. Liereyy here will finish it off as Viper comes in with a counter tower, and it's going to go up any second. There you go. He's going to jump inside, and that's going to help Liereyy to keep this pressure on, to say the least. These villagers from Viper now are going to have to scram, because although, yes, these skirms only do 1 damage per shot, there you go. With enough skirms, they will still kill the villagers, so... yeah, bad news for Viper still, but I think he's still in a position where he can easily come back here. I mean, Liereyy is going very deep. He's going behind these forward ranges, and if Viper gets a good fight, he could clear this army up, and it looks like that might even happen as Liereyy here struggling to fight this one, you know, in a way that's going to give him an advantage. Viper going to back up, but I feel like he could have kept the pressure on there, especially as he has these 2 ranges continuing to produce skirmishers, or in theory they should be. Yeah, there you go. Viper now bum rushing the tower down, and Lierey's villagers going to have to retreat or die. So there you go, Liereyy backing up, but he's still keeping the pressure on with this army. I think even the gather points here for Liereyy, let's just check this. Gather points for these archers, oh sorry, crossbows is here. So he's tasking them to the front as soon as they come out, and making sure that he can keep Viper under pressure. And I've noticed a lot of the times where Viper's lost games, it's usually been the games where someone's played extremely aggressive against him. And Liereyy definitely trying to keep that kind of in mind, I think, as he continues to pressure up here. But, you know, I think with this stage of the game, I mean, looking at the farms real quick, Liereyy has 15, Viper's got 18. So Viper here could have a decent castle time still, but at the moment his food is not looking too good as, yeah, he's just continuing to pump out the skirms. I think Liereyy going to be up first as he's got quite a lot of food already in the bank, and he's taking a lot of gold as well. I'm wondering if he's maybe using his Saracen market bonus, but no, he's not. No market to speak of just yet as he throws up a stable here. That's going to be his second. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. He's got archery ranges. It's going to be his next building. As he clicks up to castle now. So, castle time for Liereyy, decent here. And Viper, nowhere near the mark at this stage, even though he has a larger number of farms. Liereyy, though, maybe getting a little bit too confident, a little too cocky. These villagers gathering the deer, and he even built a mill here, which is ridiculous because they're going to get pushed right back, and that's just a waste of 100 wood. I'm not sure what he was thinking about that, but I guess he wanted to keep these villagers around and at least have them do something. But if I was Liereyy, I'd maybe feel a little worried at this stage. This is the kind of gap in the window here for Viper, where he should be able to mass a larger army if he keeps his villager, skirm production going. But there you go. This is the big reason now why Viper is so far behind to castle and why his food income is just not building enough surplus. Wheelbarrow is only just coming in for Viper, whereas Liereyy had that done, dusted, and completed a long time ago. So Viper here missing that crucial upgrade for some time, and you know, with 20 farmers, he really could have benefited from this technology a lot earlier than he has done this game, especially considering he knew that he would continue producing these skirms. So at this stage, Castle Age coming in for Liereyy, and you know, we can expect to see 2 stable knights. And in this situation, yes, of course, it makes a lot of sense to go knights when Viper's army is 100% skirm. Knights are going to just tear through this so easily, and even Liereyy here doing scale barding armor right now to give them a little bit of bonus defense. And you know, you don't really need it when you, well, you don't need much when you're fighting skirms, but it will help. So Viper trying to get a good fight here, trying to clean these guys up, but with the Castle Age upgrade coming in, Viper's going to feel the heat. These knights queued straight up. Liereyy straight in with Bodkin Arrow as well, of course. He's still got enough skirms to justify upgrading these guys as well, but he has to be careful not to spread his sort of upgrades too thin. If I was Liereyy right now, I wouldn't bother with doing this elite skirm upgrade at this stage. It's very expensive. He really wants to focus his resources into knight production at this point, and that is exactly what he's doing. So Viper going up to the Castle Age, and plus 2 defense now coming in for Liereyy as well. It's more than enough for the skirms, but he wants to make sure, of course, that he can raid as well without taking too much damage. Viper looking for a gap in Lierey's defenses, but those knights, man, that's going to be brutal. These guys will just chase these skirms all the way back home, no doubt, and there's really, even if they turn and fight, they are going to get screwed, and Liereyy here knows it. He's going to try and take this fight as best he can. Siege Workshop on the front as well. Liereyy clinging to the hill, the knights at the back, and Viper is stuck between a rock and a hard place, as this army is surely going to be destroyed right here. Liereyy will safely get his Siege Workshop up on the front as well. Viper just going to have to sacrifice this to buy himself enough time to get castle now and try and claw this one back. But this is looking grim as Viper's army is down to, well, 7 and 7 archers at that. Liereyy sitting on 24 military. Of course, bear in mind he's got skirms now as well, so those archers are going to have to kind of fight through the skirmishes as well. This is a great composition for Liereyy to have, and Viper still not to the Castle Age. It's taking him too long here. Even husbandry coming in for Liereyy here, which is going to help with well, chasing down the archers and microing the knights a little better. So there you go. Viper really struggling, but with 2 towers, Liereyy doesn't want to kind of get too cocky here. They're going to be putting out a lot of damage, but Viper losing a few archers. And that's good for Liereyy because obviously these guys are going to be crossbows soon, and then they can legitimately fight. But those towers laying into this army and doing a lot of damage. So Liereyy backing up a little bit here. His knight production actually slowing down. I've noticed he's not added many more knights for a while. He's got 6 right now, which means he's made 3 from each stable, and he just doesn't really have the gold at this point to do more knights because he's invested into this mangonel, which is incredibly expensive at this stage of the game. However, the mangonel on the hill against Viper's, well, we assume crossbow, but I actually think he's going to switch potentially into doing some... No, there you go. I was going to say, could be worth doing some eagles here, to be honest, really. The problem is he can't get gold. If he had gold, then eagles would be, I think, a great choice. There's a lot of skirms. Obviously, there's mangonels as well. Then it's not a huge number of knights. So, yeah, I think Viper has really no choice but crossbow and bodkin. But where's he going to get the gold from here to actually keep this production going? Well, he's not. He's going to call GG instead. And there you go. Both players with a terrible map. Both players having to get pretty aggressive because of it. But I think Liereyy had a great game. To be honest, he knew what he wanted to do. He could have easily gone for some Dark Age aggression. He could have gone for man-at-arms like the Viper did. But instead, he just kind of took, I guess, a little risk in... not making anything at all and letting Viper come to him with the man-at-arms. But then once he'd overpowered the man-at-arms and counterattacked, he just held his ground at the top of this hill as best he could until he eventually pulled ahead to the point where he was first to castle. I think Viper did make the mistake of getting wheelbarrow a little late, and that really would have helped his castle time. But it's hard to say whether or not that would have saved him the game. But look at this right here. This arc right now, that you know what's going to happen. If only Viper GG'd a couple of seconds later, all these archers would be flattened by some rocks from the sky. But there you go, guys. Well played to Liereyy. Congratulations to him. Good game. And don't forget, Escape Gaming Masters this weekend. Be there and enter the competition as well, because there's some incredible prizes up for grabs. But as usual, I've been Zach, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.